Good morning, everybody. Wet and rainy, as you can see on the truck here. Yesterday we posted a video, Jack and Carol's story, their words, and it got me thinking, we need to get out and metal detect the creek, the site where they were murdered. I think I know where it is now. We've been out twice to two different places. I don't think either of those was the right place. I think I know where it is. It's just the tiniest little creek that goes under the road. It's all choked out, from vegetation and growth. I don't know how much area there is to metal detect there, guys, but we're gonna try. The grass is probably up to my waist, but I feel that this is the right time to do it. And I've also got a new little tool we're gonna try, because of course we've got to do some spirit box while we're there. I bought a new speaker on Amazon days for my golf bag, and it's really top end, guys. You can hear much better than just the phone, so I thought maybe we'll try running this spirit box session through the speaker while we're there at the site. So let's go metal detecting, spirit boxing, and see if we can't find that bullet the spirits keep telling us to find. All right, here we are, guys. This is Whitfield Station Road. And I believe that the first place the North River crosses this road matches up with the photograph that we have from 1969. It looks very different. There was a wooden handrail bridge on this road at the time. It's no longer here. But it makes sense that those guys would have came off the highway, turned onto this road, in the first place that the river was available for them to dump the bodies. That's where they would have done it. Now, where we investigated before, you can come in the back way, 20 kilometers through the woods that way, off the back end of North Bay. And the first place that the river crosses the road is where Doug and I did our investigation that night. But when you take a photograph and you look, there's no bend in the road. And the photograph that we have clearly shows a bend in the road, and that's going to be where we get out and metal detect and investigate today. Actually, as we're driving down this road, guys, I'm going to connect the speaker and run Hack Shack. It said something there as I'm still messing around with the setup. Okay, it said something there. This is it right here, guys. There's the river. The water is flowing this way towards us. It crosses the road and goes down there. Jack, Carol, are you with us? Is this the right place? Okay, so before we get out of the truck, I want to do a little necrophonic session just to see if Jack and Carol are here, what they have to say. Is this the right place? Jack, Carol, are you here? Full body shiver right down my legs, guys. I heard a male voice say here. I heard a female voice say here. I heard Jack. Thank you guys for showing up. Is this the right place? Is this where your bodies were dumped? What are we gonna find when we metal detect here? Alright guys, I want to get out of the truck and just show you guys the scene, both sides of the road, and we'll talk about it. There is a bend in the road right here where the river crosses. And this is it. This is the spot. So, in 1969, there would have been a wooden railing right there on that side. Police said there was an unusual gouge out of the bridge like it had been shot by a bullet. The bullet was not in the bridge, but when they tested the wood, they said that there was high amounts of lead. Now, in our Spirit Box session, video number 4, when we did the Donald Kelly session, he said, aimed and missed. And then I asked him in the follow-up video, did you shoot at Carol and miss? And it said yes. But here it is, the river. And as described in George Berrigan's book, it's not much of a river, it's more of a creek. Full of speckled trout. And like I say, the water is flowing this way into the culvert and out that side over there. So to me, the bullet was on the bridge on that side. They think that Jack was killed right here at the road, taken out of the car and killed, and Carol got away. There was some discrepancy as to where she was shot. The police said there was drag marks, tracks, it wasn't too clear. But they think she got away and maybe was shot down in the bush somewhere. So both of their bodies would have been found on that side because that's the way the water is flowing. There's going to be a little bit of a trail on each side, it's very bushy, where people will walk down here and fish. Not much of a trail, but maybe enough, just enough for us to metal detect. You can see where the road, the new road work, all stone has been put in here. So anything that was right here next to the road will be gone. But maybe down here, if, you know, how far did Carol get? Did she get down there? Apparently Jack's body was found right in here and her body was found further down the river. There was also a discrepancy about the bodies. Originally it was reported that they found both bodies. Again, they received a tip. The police received an anonymous tip, which I can't figure out who could have called that tip in other than somebody that was there at the bridge that night and took part in this murder. We also know that there was an undercover, one of them was undercover, working with the police, at least one of them. In the Spirit Box sessions, Jack says Carol betrayed him. Carol says Jack betrayed her. Okay? In real life, Donald Kelly said that Carol was working with the police, that she was an undercover agent, and he had actually attempted to shoot her in front of 15 other people. He charged at her with a gun and somebody hit the gun out of his hand and the gun went off. So he was charged with brandishing a weapon, and the attempted murder charge was dropped because they said the gun only went off because somebody hit the gun out of his hand. But there was a lot of conspiracy theories of who was working with the police and who wasn't, okay? But in my mind, guys, if we look at this realistically and from a detective's point of view, somebody had to be working with the police because only the murderers knew that those bodies were out here. We just traveled 40 kilometers, you know, out here down this, at the time, which was just a not much more than a cart track. You know, it wasn't a real traveled road. I mean, it was, but it wasn't a main thoroughfare, okay? So it was quite desolate back in the day, and there's no reason for the police to have found those bodies within hours for them to come and check this river. After all the investigation and research, guys, I have questions that maybe point to Jerry Roy as being the police informant, okay? People said that he left the party with the other three. The other three were charged with murder. Okay, they were all tried. So why was Jerry Roy never tried? And he just disappears after this. I can't find any information on him. Did he go and witness relocation? I don't know. All I know is that Donald Kelly was the only one who ever did time for these two murders. And it's very suspicious that Jerry, who was pointed out by the Crown attorney saying that he planned this with Donald Kelly, so he's stated right in court as saying Jerry Roy was working with Donald Kelly and planned this murder, but he was never tried. And yet he left the party with these other guys. You know, so was Jerry here? Was he really a police informant? Like I say, were those guys being watched that night? Was there some recordings being done? Something going on? The police were watching. And did Jack and Carol get murdered? Well, the police were there, not too far off, because they knew the bodies were here immediately. The next morning they were here, they had divers in the river, and we're out in the middle of nowhere. So I can't answer that, guys. But the spirits have told us, you know, that there were parties working with the police. All right, we're going to grab the metal detector and we're going to go in on the south bank and we're just going to work down the river maybe 100 yards. We'll have to do both sides and just see what we get. I'm also going to switch to the phone. The phone is waterproof and easy to carry in my pocket with all the metal detecting gear. All right, right here, guys, where the rocks end and the trail begins. Got something, iron. All right, hole number one, a beer cap. It's old, but it could be from anybody. Probably just somebody down here fishing and having a beer. I want you guys to look at the tangle of brush over top of this river. And this is how it always is along these little trout creeks. It's so overgrown. You know, you throw a body in there, it would be very difficult for it to go far. And they said Carol was found 4 hours into the search. So she was way down there somewhere. So did they actually chase her along the edge of the creek here and shoot her somewhere down there? I don't know. I think that's what they were going on, was the location of the body, guys, because as you can see, Jack's body was found right here in this first pool somewhere. And there's not much current, and there's a lot of things for bodies to get snagged on. I also want to point out this stuff here, what we're detecting through. Look at it. That's not ground for detecting, guys. That's terrible. I'll tromp as much of it down as I can, and we'll swing as much as we can, but my hopes of actually finding something, unless Carol and Jack can guide me to what they want me to find here, guys, it's not pretty. Bottom of an old can, second hole. All right, another one. So yes, I feel I have to dig all these signals, iron included, because I don't know what I'm looking for. And if we were to find a rusty old gun, I'm pretty sure it's going to come up, you know, in that iron range, like an axe head or something like that. I've never heard the spirit box say anything like jewelry or anything like that. I mean, that would be friggin' amazing if we could find something that could be tied into these guys 100%. I don't know. I hope this isn't, I was going to say, I hope this isn't a waste of time, and then I got a shiver down the back of my neck. So let's keep going. brutally slow going, guys. I've got to tramp all this stuff down and then swing a couple of feet. All right, another bottle cap and the bottom of a bottle. Here's something different, guys, not a bottle cap. All right, I guess important to note is that the railroad track is right there, crosses, and here comes the train. You know, was she trying to get to the railroad track? Would she have even known it was there in the dark that night? Probably not. All right, there's the culvert behind me, guys. Been here maybe 20 minutes. I haven't made it very far, but this is like undetectable. I'm gonna take a little break. We're gonna do spirit box session right here at the river, and then we're gonna switch sides, and I'm gonna go down 100 feet down the other side and see what we find on that side. I don't know which side of the river she went down that night. This side, the other side, no idea. All right, we're down here at the river. I've got the camcorder sitting up on the detector. Carol, Jack, I need your help. I need you guys to tell me about that night. Carol, did you escape from them that night at the bridge and run up the river? Did you run downriver? Am I on the right side of the road to find whatever it is you want me to find? Little thing. I swear I heard it's near. Little thing. Said my name. Not gonna lie, guys, I'm feeling a little frustrated. I thought I would show up here and they would lead me directly, you know, to the right spot. Just intuitively I would know. It's just so hard detecting in here right now. Carol, is there something you can tell me that will help me find what I'm looking for? Deep. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm not getting in the river right now. It looks deep, dark. I mean, the water is black. It's just black. It's creepy. And I'm not sure, you know, if it's more than waist deep there, it's pretty hard to find stuff. And I kind of want to get a crew of guys out here with snorkels and do that, but not today. What do you guys think? What do you think about that, Jack and Carol? That I don't want to get in the river?
You're one.
I will send out some light to Jack and Carol right now. Thank you guys for trying to help me. I'm going to continue on the search. I was going to switch sides and go to the other side of the river, but something tells me intuitively to just keep going right here, widen this area that I'm searching in, you know, spend another half an hour here, so I'm going to do that.